Hello, everyone.
Hello, it's for entertainment only, and she was starting the video, and I said, you are just showing your boob, and she had to stop. So we can start.
You have to admire it, though, because this wasn't always mine. It was hers.
Can you imagine me how slim I was? Now I'm double size.
How long ago you said you wore this dress?
Quite a while. I like to keep, because the fabric was so good, and I thought, maybe one day I will do something with sewing this. And then
instead I'm wearing it.
And I asked Tracy, would you like to wear it? And she said, yes, definitely.
So here we go.
Stand up and show how slim I was. I was just making comments. That was time that I was able to wear it.
It's neat. I don't know. I like these
she
details
is
that go
so
around.
slim.
It helps that I work out every single day because of my job.
Yeah, I never did workout.
Well, thank you guys for joining us today. I have our viewer-related questions. I apologize if I haven't gotten back to your email yet. I was actually blown away by how many emails were in there. So thank you for everyone that submitted. And if I don't get back to you right away, don't worry. I'm holding on to it.
I'm still getting emails about passing my mom, but I'm telling myself she's in better place, and it was selfish for me to wish for her to live longer because it was her time. And I have to come to understand that, but as a human we want
we care,
and there's so many questions I wanted to ask.
So thank you guys for all your submissions and for all your condolences. Remember, if you would like to submit a question for next week's video, you can send them to psychicvioletta.questions@gmail.com. There's also a copy of the email in the description below. Also, while I'm at it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and even share this video so that we can keep making these videos for you guys.
So because it is hard to stay alive, so we have to give this, if you can help that way, that would be appreciated. And if someone wants to send me questions, please write them on the comment sections.
All right, so this first one is actually one that was asked in our live stream, and I just thought due to the conviction that was given yesterday with the George Floyd case, that you guys would be interested in hearing this as well. So Laura in our members live stream asked, will the George Floyd bill for police reform be passed by the Senate? And the vision that you had was the tuning fork. Tuning fork,
so eventually everyone will be kind of tuned all over the country for the same vibrations, for the same level. It's not perfect, but it will be kind of, everyone will be forced to adjust the instruments to that level.
It'll be a start, which I think is fantastic. Yeah. Okay, my first submission is from Jolene. Thank you so much.
Hello, Jolene.
And she asks, did Harry resolve anything with the royal family when he went for the funeral?
That's interesting. I didn't have too much time. My husband was living in England with his uncle and aunt, and she was Scottish. She was watching the royal wedding from morning to evening and talking about this. And he's not that keen of let's talking about royal family, so he's changing channel when I'm forcing him to watch. He was having a tough time to understand his aunt because she was Scottish with her different Scottish accent, and wonderful woman. He loved her, but it was that she was all the time talking about the royal family, like she wanted him to be so aware about everything.
So did Harry resolve anything with the royal family when he went for the funeral?
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
He wants more for his children's. It is that it's like a flower, and inside the flower is a baby. He was thinking about his family, especially his son right now, and maybe the next one, and hopefully it's a girl. So he is thinking about that. So he was very polite and negotiative. He don't want to upset them. He wants to keep them on the same level, that he is still familiar with them. There was some battle that he had behind the scene. He felt that the decisions are not up to him. Everyone else is making the decisions, but eventually he is leaving as a winner. So they gave him some better outcome, and it will be about juggling with the money, so the children might get some money eventually from the estates.
Okay.
So it was not the easy trip for him. But
no, that wouldn't be.
But he loved his brother, and he was so close to Kate. You know, it's very hard probably for him to be isolated from them.
As a follow-up question, is he going to stop doing tell-all interviews?
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
He might not want to do it, but Megan is holding his hand and he will be following her. He will be more observer on those interviews. He might not participate as openly. He is waiting he is kind of waiting for something to come close to his shore, so he probably signed some contracts he has to do, and he will go for the joking side of the interview, so he will try to be likable but not too serious. And I don't think he would like to touch the royal family subjects too much.
No, I can't imagine so.
But it's different because I think Netflix signed some contract with them, and that's the way he has to operate. They want no sensations.
Yeah. From Richard, what will happen with the crown bug in Canada since there is a shortage of vaccines?
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
It's like it's spreading, and it looks like ghosts following people. So there will be more. It is more already. We were just talking that it was before 50 people and they closed the city. Now it's 550 and we are moving like nothing happened. And at the store I have always UV light, black light. We call this black light. It's the blue light. Make sure if you have this at home so it's not affecting your eyes or the children's eye or the dog eyes, but put this somewhere that you don't see this too much, but it will still kill the bug. Yeah, they will try to do the best for the people to educate them, but there are rebellions, and they are actually related to the church even in our province, and people are making big gatherings, fighting the masks wearing and so on. Eventually the doctors, and we have a woman doctor responsible for our province, they will be trying to help as much as possible to educate people. There will be casualties. And that little thing like wearing masks shouldn't be something that people be ignored.
As a follow-up.
And, always wear the masks on the string, so you put them on, you pull them down, and because even today I was watching the news and everyone who is speaking, they are trying, they don't know what to do with the mask. But when you have this on the string, you can...
Yeah. We have a rule at my studio that once our students have to wear their mask when they come into the building and when they get to their classroom. Once they're in their classroom, they are all in
Circles.
boxes. We have them taped out on the floor. And they are actually allowed to take their masks off once they're in their square. However, we did make it a new rule that if you want to take it off, you have to bring either a plastic baggie or like a Tupperware container to put it into, so that way it's not just touching anywhere, it's actually going into a surface. As a follow-up question, Richard asks, when will Canada have enough vaccines for everyone?
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
Probably in 5 months, everyone will, maybe even early, because time is never easy to accept. Yes, Canada will be eventually safe. It will be because a lot of casualties, and people will start seeing those casualties. You see that black angel over here, symbol of losing someone. And the young people will not let themselves to be vaccinated. It will be a protest, and we have to accept that, because we don't know enough about the vaccination. So the young people who are not vaccinated will be probably the one who will be still spreading, but even the vaccinated people will be spreading. So
We still have to be safe with one another.
yes, but they will have to somehow make sure that they can protect the young people who would like to have the babies in the future, and we don't know how that vaccine will affect them.
My next one is from Nancy. This was very interesting, and I appreciate, Nancy, the background info that you sent me on this. So the U.S. Strategic Command, which is a division of the military responsible for managing the country's stockpile of nuclear weapons, they sent out a very strange, alarming message on Monday. So the message that they put out was, the spectrum of conflict today is neither linear nor predictable. We must account for the possibility of conflict leading to conditions which could very rapidly drive an adversary to consider nuclear use as their least bad option. So just very strange in the fact that they're basically saying that,
Be ready for the war.
yeah. So Nancy is asking...
Nothing was said on the news. Nothing. I
Not
was
shocking. Not super surprising.
No, I'm trying to, but it was yesterday all about the verdict, but there was nothing in the news that you could learn about anything like the world has stopped, and it's never happened that it can stop. So
so this was released from the U.S. Strategic Command. So Nancy is asking, what is this about?
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
It's when the boats are coming to the shore from the big submarine, army boats. In the morning, early morning, they are attacking. So yes, we have to be prepared for some attacks. The Judgment Day. Who has more power, who is stronger, and who is in coalition with whom. So, excuse me.
Bless you.
Yeah. So there is something going on, and we are not completely even aware of what's going on.
Okay. Thank you, Nancy, for that and for bringing it to our attention.
It is scary, but thank you for sharing this, because no one is talking about that.
Yeah. From Laverne, I heard that aliens are sometimes trying to help humanity. Are aliens trying to help us cure this crown bug pandemic?
Thank you.
1, 2, 3.
I don't know if they are trying to help us, but they are testing, they are checking, maybe taking samples in the night. We can see them. They are invisible for us. But I saw the round object, but going this way. It looks like so slim, like a saw blade. And so they it's more to them the experiment, the testing, like scientists.
Mm-hmm.
We are kind of, if we know how to, they can help us and we can lean on them. But people are very dysfunctional. They are not really open for this and they are not cooperative. Eventually we will get some information and we will educate each other and help each other. They can't help us too much.
Okay. Just growling for a little bit of attention.
Come on, baby, come on, come on. Come on.
Hi, babies. Puppy break.
Jealousy. Pure jealousy.
Mine's the old fart, in case you can't tell.
Oh, she did.
You're an old fart now. All right. This is okay. So I showed Violetta an image of this earlier before we started the video. Charles was asking, what does the flower of life in ancient Egypt mean or stand for?
Okay. And you can show this to people?
Yeah, I can put a picture up on the community page if you guys would like to see.
Yes, because it is something.
So what do your spirit guides believe the flower of life in ancient Egypt means or stands for?
3 cards. 3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
It is the discovery. It is educational to me, because I remember when I was probably 7, 8 years old, and my mom was teaching me how to draw this thing. You want to go? Girlfriends. How to draw the flower of life with the circle and making circles and so on, and it was the symbol of exploring and going as big as you wanted. So it was, you start from the middle and then you make circles connected and so on, and experiencing how beautiful they can be. Broken hearts, triangles. Something may be related to medicine, how to calm people, how to share who knows. It's all for security, for doctors and security. So there is, and the flower of life. Maybe how the viruses are spreading, they can add mathematically. So something it was, or how...
I know that there's been things about it being connected to sacred geometry.
It is the geometry, and I remember I was excited doing those ones and then coloring some of them, some parts, so it was beautiful way of learning how you can control things and so on and expand, and depends how first the circle was, and then you end up making as big as possible. Something related, but it is related to maybe genetically spreading the genes and so on.
Can you see, you also asked, can you see who first thought of it?
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
I see a young child on the beach drawing with the stick and the thread, the circle, and then creating. So it could be that was discovered by a young child who was experimenting with the creativity and making something. And then they were making some decisions related to the circle. Because of the coin, it was all related to work when they were building pyramids. Somehow I see a pyramid, but I know it's not there, but that's what I'm seeing, that the symbol kind of pyramids. related with it, and circle of life and death. So that was to them. We don't understand that maybe, but that it was meaningful to them. That's the reason they call this circle of life.
Thank you, Charles, for that question.
How you spread, how many children can you have? Everything was multiply.
Interesting. Okay, Nina asked a question, and I love this, and I kind of forewarned her because I know this is going to be a little bit controversial. So she has a very strong opinion of how she feels about the Rachel Maddow show, which, you know what, we are all entitled to our own opinion, and I you know what, I always encourage difference of opinion and to speak up about it, because that's how you can start conversations, right? So she finds it to be a bit sensationalist, I guess would be my nice way of putting it. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Nina.
Mm-hmm.
So she's asking, is Rachel Maddow's show honest, or is it intentionally manipulative or sensational?
I love Rachel. It's my ice skating, sugar icing on my cake for the day. I like to watch her because she is putting so much effort to educate us in different ways, not always the way that we remember things. Oh, I don't even know something, so she's very educational for me. What is she doing? 3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
She is creating her own path. There are mountains over here, and she is navigating her own path to go through. You might like her, you might not. She might be propaganda for someone, she might not be, but it is like a canyon, and she is going this way, and it's always interesting, always something to see from different point of view, because when you are going from the canyon on top, you see different pictures. When you're going from her point of view, you see both ways, and you are in the middle. I think she might be very much in the middle for her own way. She is very much into entertaining and celebrating her own way, path. She is very bossy in her own opinion, so that she wants to be responsible for her channel. But lately I think she's not doing as much job as she used to do. Sometimes I'm disappointed. I want more. I always want more. So, and she was called the best anchor recently, I think, for the last year. So, big competition with men's, and she's winning. She has to do what she has to do, and she wants people to see. And she can grab my attention. So I don't know how we can see her differently. I do like her, but I'm laughing sometimes. I'm going to bed to watch Rachel, and I'm with Rachel in the bed, and she is not straight, so I'm just joking that for that 1 hour I'm not straight.
My next one's from Nancy. The Chinese president Xi.
Whatever.
I can't get an accent. There was an article that Nancy sent me about him calling for New World Order as he warns against economic decoupling. What is he up to?
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
You've been in David Thompson's resort?
In it? No.
No?
I've driven by it, but not
but
in it.
Did you ever stop there? That they have as decoration, they put the trees upside down, so the roots are as a tree.
Oh, no, I haven't seen
in
that.
front of the hotel. It is. He wants everything to be upside down. Those trees looks beautiful actually because
Because their roots are exposed.
roots are exposed. Yes, intuitively I'm correct. He wants to do everything for his own country, and they want to expand their own strength. I don't know why the roots are symbol of that. They want to look into other countries, and we have to watch for that because they will be going everything for their own people. Now they let them to have more than one child. For so many years, since the 60s, they were allowed to have only one child. Did you know that? Mm-hmm. And now they are allowed to have 2 children or more. And that looks like they want to expand to other countries or continents. I'm worried about Canada.
Okay. My last question is from Mary, who's from Slovenia. She would like to know who, and this is a controversial topic too, actually, from the little bit of research that I was getting to do on it, but she also sent me some videos which were really fascinating to watch. Who built the Bosnian pyramids and what were they for?
That's hard to know what they were for, any pyramids. I remember when I was asked about pyramids in Giza, and I said that they had the mirror on top of them, so they were kind of connected with the other galactics. So why they build them and for what? 3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
And they have so much connection with the other secret places on the earth. The pyramids, the big round stones, no one knows why they were created. So it is, everything is connected to the old times when the aliens were on our continent, and they wanted to connection between Earth and the other galaxies. Mother Earth, and they were traveling backwards and forwards, symbol of traveling. So that was the recognizable places for them to travel and maybe to accumulate some energy. We don't know yet what the stones, how the stones can accumulate. Oh, and I'm playing with the rock. I didn't even thought that because I don't know the question. Look, the energy from the hematite, which is magnetite. It is that there is something we can see, we can feel it, and the psychic symbol is the feeling about that. So that's not this one. So it is something related to connection, to energy, that's to me is
what it symbolizes.
I started playing just a moment ago and I didn't
realize it. Okay, one last one as a follow-up from her. Do we have a pyramid in Slovenia that we don't know about?
Oh, we have so many all over the Japan and China, and 3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
I can answer you that one because I think we don't know about some that are even in Alberta. There might be some covered with because there was some volcano exposure, and in Alberta you can see the layers of the volcanic ashes, and the dinosaurs are founded. So there are some places we don't even know where they are. There is so many. We are just isolated. We don't have the ability to know where they are. Eventually they might find something, but you have to sleep on it and worry about and think about this until you find that there is probably so many places that we are not aware of. And even in Arctic, I think they have some, so and they might be even under the oceans.
We're still looking, we're still exploring.
We have to let scientists to educate us.
All right.
Okay, we will do the golden circle of good energy for everyone.
Thank you again so much to everyone for joining us today. And remember, if you would like to submit a question, you can send them to psychicvioletta.questions@gmail.com. And yeah.
And we want to send the best energy to everyone who is. We want to create the big bubble all over the world to create positive energy, protection, sending good energy to even to universe, letting them to know that we are ready for their support to help us to see how we can send us guidance, how we can be better people, how we can have more life and love for our friends, and being more humans, more positive, more healthier. For everyone who is suffering with any illness, we want to send them the best outcome and some positivity. And to the people who are suffering with losses ones, we have to tell them that they are not the only ones, and our loved ones are on the better place, and we have to be strong and accept the fact that they are on the other side. Okay, do you want to add something?
I just pray that in each moment of your day that you find those pockets of peace or those moments of gratitude and hold on to them and use them to shield yourself against negativity and other things that might come along. Thank you all so much for watching.
Thank you. See you next time.